In today's video we're going to be jumping into a bit more Stellar Blade, and this time I'll be telling you exactly how to get hold of all of the body cores in the Great Desert, perfect for upgrading your health. Now the first body core we're going to go over is kind of attached to Zion, as it's going to be part of a quest, but you do need to go to the Great Desert in order to do this. You're going to need to visit Roxanne at Zion and then speak to her in order to get this quest, which is going to be called An Offer You Can't Refuse. From there you're going to make it over to the Great Desert, and from your tetrapod you're going to just make it off over into this direction. There is going to be quite a run, but it's well worth doing, and eventually you'll make it over to a kind of area filled with trash piles in front of a turret that's absolutely trying to decimate your health. I would highly advise to dodge, avoid, move behind the trash to make sure this thing doesn't hit you, because it really can decimate your health fast. Other than that, make sure when you get closer to it, pop behind some of the rocks. I found the left hand side a little bit easier, and then just take it out with your long range weaponry. I found dwindling its health down a little bit with your slugs, and then later on swapping over, chucking on my missiles, locking onto it and finishing off all of its health definitely worked for the best overall. Then just have a little look around, and it should have dropped something on the floor which you're going to need to pick up in order to chuck back to Roxanne. Go back to Zion, speak to Roxanne, and you'll be rewarded with your very first body core. Now in order to pick up the second body core, this time it's going to be right next to the central Great Desert supply camp, and in order to get here you're going to need to move one of the containers down the bottom, around some other crates, match it up to where the yellow line is, and then jump up to the supply camp above. Nice and easy. Once that's done you'll then be able to activate it and jump onto the wall facing it, and then make your way around. Ultimately this one's one of the easier ones. You'll just be able to keep going, make your way around, then you're going to want to drop down and there'll be a body core right on the lady at the bottom ready for you to pick up once more, enhancing your health even further. For the third one we're going to be going all the way to the debris field entryway supply camp, and from there you're going to want to just make your way through this kind of gated part, and then you'll be running straight forward. I found there are an awful lot of enemies here, so I do tend to take a short detour here and then make my way through, otherwise you kind of activate everything. However, I didn't realise at the time that even though I'd managed to avoid most of the enemies, these things are absolute heat seekers and almost completely nuke me in this situation. The body core you're going to be after is just in here, but make sure you do a lot better than me, because I got absolutely pummeled within that building and had to jump outside in order to kind of survive the encounter. But once you've taken out those enemies that have kind of locked onto you, just inside, that's going to be the body core you're after to grab yourself another nice health upgrade. For the last one we're going to be heading over to this phone booth just here, all the way up on the right hand side of the map, and then you're going to want to try and make it over to this area. I'll zoom out the map a bit so it looks a little bit clearer, but you're just going to head straight up in this direction and it will just be a short run from here. Keep bopping through. You may want to take the enemies out whilst you're here, because they did ultimately come back to haunt me a little bit and try to decimate me whilst I was fighting other enemies. But within this area where there's a few of those explosive crates and another couple of enemies is going to be the exact spot you're after. So take out everything that's after you, and then right here is going to be another body core ready for you to pick up. But yeah, hopefully that's helped a few of you guys and girls out. All of the beta cores ones are now on my channel, and almost all of the body core ones are up as well. So if you need anything, plus a whole other bunch of guides and videos on Stellar Blade, then why not hit that subscribe and have a little look later on. But as always, for all things gaming, take care. I'll see you on the next day.